I don't understand why some people couldn't understand when to let people go or just leave them alone. Especially if you dated that person and then when they want to cut you off after all you have done. But then you go and harass your ex girlfriend just because you can't get away from her, or, oh, I want her back. And that's what this one Sonic YouTuber is currently doing to someone and a few other people. Now, people who were involved in that drama and know him will know who I'm talking about, but for the sake of this video, I won't be revealing any of the names of the people I mentioned to ensure no one spreads hate or causes a war. Now, before we get into this video, hit that like button and let's get into this. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail except for what happened in April, so I'm going to just summarize some things and be a bit vague in this. So this story time starts not that long ago, but it was just a normal day. I was on my computer just uploading some videos, playing some video games, and then I decided to go and check on Twitter for a bit. And all of a sudden, I see a tweet on my timeline from this one person I'm following, and I'm going to call her Alex. And this tweet was about someone she was dating telling others what he had done to her. And it just got out of control where there was people taking the ex's side and then people taking Alex's side. This whole situation got so out of hand that people that were around him suffered because anytime he was around, people's friendships would end or they got the relationships ended too. Just like how he almost did to me and my best friend. I almost lost a friend because of this idiot's stupidity, and I was not happy about it. And I'm going to give him a name. We're going to call him Kevin, or Mr. Dumbass for short. Yeah, I think I might either call him Dumbass, but you guys can call him Mr. Dumbass. I'll just call him Kevin. So I told Mr. Dumbass, that he wasn't allowed to talk to my friend again, and he basically said I was being too controlling of her life, and I'm not doing that. I just don't want her near him, otherwise something he does will put her in so much stress and he will try to manipulate her. But what happened next? In April, he took it too far. So we come into April, and that night I was talking to my friend about Alex because I trust her the most to know about things, and I know she would never tell anybody. And I'm going to call her Sarah. Now, keep in mind, I never had any worry that she was going to tell anybody what I said. But moments later, as I was talking to her, she didn't reply back for some time. And the next thing you know, out of nowhere, Kevin writes to me mentioning what I said and saying all this false shit about Alex. And I got confused and caught off guard by it. So I asked him how he knew that. And no joke, he says that Sarah told him. Now, I was very mad that she did that, cause why the fuck would you even tell him that? That was a private conversation between me and her that really didn't need to spread, especially to Kevin of all things, cause I don't need something else starting. So I was going back and forth with Sarah and Kevin, but it almost led to my friendship with Sarah almost ending again because it was about Kevin and Alex, and it made me fucking stressed to the point where I was having trouble sleeping, but I hadn't managed to sleep. But the next day comes, and I woke up at 5 a.m. since my alarm on my tablet went off, and I go to turn it off, and I see I got a Discord notification, and it was from Alex, and she says, "Hey, why would you tell Kevin?" And I got confused, and I replied to saying, "What are you talking about?" But then I started realizing what she meant, and I started putting two and two together, and thought, did Kevin or Sarah say something? So I asked Sarah and Kevin, did they tell her what I said? And Sarah didn't say anything since she had Alex blocked. But Kevin was the one who decided to tell her what I said, which angered me even more because now I got another problem to deal with. So after that, I decided to go do something else because I wanted to wait until Alex responds. And after hours go by, she finally replies saying, "Well, Kevin told me that you and Sarah told him about what I said." And I won't say what it was because it's private and it's not something you need to know. And we continued to talk for a while, and all of a sudden I said something that made her upset, and I won't say what it was, but it was the reason why Sarah told Kevin in the first place. Alex was very upset, and I kind of felt like, yeah, I better stop talking and give her some space. So I told her that I would check up on her later, and I thought nothing else can go wrong. Nope, it didn't end there. So after so much go by, I decided to text Alex, and as soon as I sent the message, it didn't go through. So I checked her profile, and she unadded me. Then I go to check Twitter, and she had me blocked. So I was like, oh fuck. But then I tried to add her back, and sure enough, she adds me back. Now to summarize what happened, she was upset with me, which made me confused as to why. Then I was added to a group chat on Discord to where her friends were talking to me. Then this one guy, I'm going to call Jake, was the only chill person here, but he knew this whole situation had something to do with Kevin. So I explained to him the whole story, especially what I said to Kevin and Sarah, and he believed me. And eventually he told Alex the misunderstanding and I was friends with her again. But it didn't end there. Now it was time to confront Kevin in a VC again. So later that night, I was in a group VC with Alex and her friends just preparing for when the time to start the confrontation. And I was already tired as fuck. But hey, I can deal with shit like this. So a few more minutes go by, and it was finally time to start the first confrontation with him. So I had to re-add him on Discord after I yelled at him for a while, and I added him to the group. And to summarize, a lot was said in it that I won't mention in this video for privacy reasons, but then we had to do a second VC with him after he tried to make Sarah turn on me by telling her about this, and I really didn't want her involved, but I had no other choice because I don't know what he was going to say to her. So the next day we did another VC with him, and the same thing happened, but I won't go into more details because I don't want this video to be too long. So I'll just say we told him to back off, and then later one of Alex's friends uploads a video of that VC that I was in. But then later I found out that it got removed due to Kevin spam reporting it, which you can already tell why he did that. It's so obvious. And since then I haven't heard nothing about him and everything went back to normal. So yeah, that's what happened. I know you guys were expecting to hear one of my crazy situations I've been into because some of you DM'd me asking about when my next story time is coming out. So here it is. There's your story time. Anyway, the moral of this is don't be a creepy stalker and respect people's decisions. If they say they don't want nothing to do with you, then you should listen and not harass them. Like, never fucking do this. Because that could lead to consequences or getting a lawsuit on your ass. Thank you guys for watching, and expect to see my story times coming back pretty soon. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.